Hello you lovely people, welcome to this Saturday morning here in the Philippines. I just want to say, because a lot of my subscribers or followers even have been asking how I live here without a pension and how I've managed to maintain myself for 8 years here. Yes, it's great to have a pension, but I retired young, or I retired from working in mainstream. So I'm still not retired, I'm still working here. That's how I can maintain a life here. But I mean, if you haven't been following my videos, I will give you a little insight. I retired, or I left the UK when I was 50. No, I was 48, actually, 48. And I purely left because I was just tired of the same routine. Groundhog Day. And I know work is like that, it is Groundhog Day. We get up in the morning, we have the same routine, we either drive or we walk to work, whichever, commuting. And I was like tired of that. And because my parents died, and my 2 sons from my previous marriage were adults, I thought, well, there's nothing keeping me there in the UK. So I applied online for a job teaching English first off in Japan. And I got a job in St. Michael's School, which is an English international school in Kobe in Japan, in Osaka. So I stayed there for a while. Good salary that was, actually. But I didn't like it. It's very kind of, it's a very solitude country, really. It's difficult to make friends for a start, especially if you don't speak Japanese, kanji, katakana, hiragana. If you don't speak that, then you are really isolated. So I stayed there, I fulfilled my contract. Then I was offered a job, or I applied for a job, and I was offered the position in South Korea, in Cheonan, not China, Cheonan. And I stayed there for 2 years working for Samsung English. That was okay. The people are a little bit more friendly and a bit more outgoing, and also they speak a bit more English, believe it or not. They are more keen on learning English. So yeah, it was okay. But I still wasn't contented, because in these countries, especially in Korea, it's very work orientated, work, work, work. Even when they finish work, they are expected to take calls from their managers or supervisors or whoever after working hours. And it started to me, and I thought, no, I'm not having this. 9 o'clock at night, phone calls and stuff and messages. No, I wasn't having that. So I stayed there for 2 years. And anyway, the final nail in the coffin was COVID-19. So I was on a break, actually, from working in Korea, and I came to the Philippines. I'd already been here before, on and off. And I came to the Philippines, and I was trapped in the Philippines, guys. There was a lockdown. So I ended up staying here for 2 years. I couldn't leave. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. And in the meantime, my sister died in England. Quite unexpectedly, actually. I was shocked. I've got a brother and a sister. I'm not close to my brother, haven't been for a long time. But me and my sister were, very close. And that was a shock. And the worst part about that was I couldn't get back for the funeral because I couldn't get out of the country. So I missed my sister's funeral. Very sad. And even to this day, I still have guilt over that. But there was nothing I could do. I couldn't get back. If I had £20 million, I couldn't get back. He was locked down in the UK as well. Anyway, so I was here for 2 years, and what I did, I had contacts from the parents of the students in which I used to teach. Okay, so through an app called Kakao Talk. So what I did, I contacted them and I said, would your children be willing to have a private... Jackie, Jackie, stop. My dog barking at someone walking past. He doesn't bite, he just barks. He's all bark. Stop it. He's a great little dog, look, if you can see him. Great little dog, look. Good boy. So, yeah, I contacted the parents, and I think about 70 or 80% of them said yes. So I started teaching them privately online using Skype. And Kakao Talk as well, but Skype was better. Skype was more stable. Kakao Talk is great in South Korea, but when you're outside of it, it's not so stable. So I did that, and I was earning a good salary to begin with. And of course, you know, students come and go. So I thought, I can't rely on private students. I've still got private students now, but not so many. So then what I did, I went to work for a company called OnTu, which was, it's short for online tuition. And it's a Korean-based company. But at this time, I wasn't a resident of the Philippines, and this company was based in Pampanga. But the owner was Korean. Now that makes no difference, you know, you're still working. So I quit. You know, I thought I don't want to be breaking the law, because I didn't know much about this to begin with. So I quit that company. And then I started working for, is it Pre-Ply or Pre-Ply or something like that. And that was okay, but they take 30% of your salary. So I stuck with that for a while. I had many students, many students. And the bad thing about that company was the first new student that you got, you had to give them all of the money. Well, you didn't get it. It went to them. So I thought, nah, this is no good. And I was getting lots of new students. So, like I said, that first class, was it the first class? Or was it 2 or 3 classes of a new student? They took the money anyway, so I thought, nah. So I saved up with the money I was earning, because I wasn't spending a lot. At that time, I was renting here. And I was renting a little apartment. I think it was $2,500 a month. And the internet, I was paying, because they had internet in the apartments if you wanted it, and it was unlimited, PLDT. And I think I was paying 1,000 extra. So that was like $3,500 a month, pesos, which was great. So I was able to save money. And anyway, I thought I've got to do something where I feel a little bit more secure. And I didn't like that company taking all that money. So then I went and worked for a company called Camberley. Camberley's good, but it's a set wage. It doesn't matter your level of experience, if you've got masters, bachelors, you know, if you've got you're teaching English as a foreign language certification, you get the same salary, and it's an hour salary. And it's not the best, but it's okay. It's good. I'm saying good. In our own countries, you know, we couldn't survive on it. It's less than the minimum wage in our own countries, but here is okay. And I ended up getting married anyway to my wife. Now we were together for a long time, so we got married. So now it doesn't matter what company I work for, if it's a Philippine-based company, which I would advise against, guys, if you're a Westerner coming here and you haven't got a pension and you want to earn money, because they don't really pay a lot. You know, they pay very minimum, because they do employ Filipina teachers. And no disregards or anything like that, but the Filipinos work for less money. And I think that some of these companies exploit some of these Filipino teachers by giving them a really low salary. And they do the same as what I do. So anyway, I got married, became a legal resident of the Philippines, which enabled me to work for a Philippine company if I wanted to, which I haven't. But I'm legal doing whatever I do. And so working for Camberley, it depends on you. It depends on your activeness or laziness. If you want to work quite a lot, you're going to earn quite a lot of money. If you don't want to work a lot, then you can work to your means. If you think that, you can get by on $600, $700, $800, $900 a month, or $1,000 a month, or $1,500, $2,000 a month, you can work it. Um, but it means you're working a lot of hours. I think if you're single, it's okay, you know, because you haven't got to spend, you know, you haven't got to divide your time between family. But I've got to divide my time between family, you know, my son and my wife and things like that. And the idea of being semi-retired, I'd say I'm semi-retired, is to spend more quality time not working. Well, saying that as well, when you're working from the house, it's not like work because you're in the house. Yes, it can be annoying sometimes because of the noise, especially my son, sometimes, periodically. Oh, God, sometimes. But I get up, I have breakfast, I have a shower, and I'm at work. No commuting. You know, you don't have to make yourself up, you know, wear a suit or something like that. Just a t-shirt or a shirt, as long as you're dressed smart. From here down, they don't know what you're wearing because you're sat down. So yes, you can come and live in a foreign country without a pension if you're willing to do a bit of work. And I think even if you're not a teacher, or you know, you've got a good understanding of the English language, you can teach. And this is not just for foreigners. And it's raining, guys. This is not just for foreigners. This is for Filipinos as well, or for any nationality. If you've got a good grasp of English language, you can always use that to your advantage and earn some money, which is what it's all about. You know, it's all about earning a bit of money, and you can do it. So this is how I came to live here without a pension. And also people say, how much do you spend a month? You know, what's your expenditures? You know, what is your budget? How much can you get by on? Well, when you see a lot of these channels who give their outlook on how much it costs to live in the Philippines, it varies. You know, you can't take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons expenditure, you know, budget, because we all live differently. And it depends how you want to live. For an example, if you want to live a lavish lifestyle here, then you need more money. But if you just live in a relatively simple life, which I do, and that doesn't mean that we don't eat, guys, or we don't go out, because we do, and we eat good. So all of these guys who says it costs you this much to live in the Philippines, it costs you that much, especially when some people say $2,000 a month. I don't know how they say that. I don't know how they say that. So rent is very cheap here, guys, as well. You know, you can rent somewhere here for, like I did, 2,500, 3,000 pesos a month, which doesn't break the bank. Food has become more expensive here than, you know, than what it used to be, but it's still relatively cheap. We mainly eat chicken, pork sometimes. I'm not keen on pork, to be honest with you, but chicken is only 240 pesos a kilo. Chicken breast, chicken leg, chicken thighs, and so on. Pork at the moment, I think, is about 340 a kilo for, you know, chops or belly or things like that. So you can live here on a relatively low monthly income. Now, like a lot of you might say, what about hospitals and medical things? Well, I am, you know, with my wife, we have got PhilHealth. For what it's worth, it's probably not worth a lot, but we have got that. Like, I've used it once when I had a motorcycle accident, but they didn't pay a lot towards it, but they still paid a little small amount. Okay, so they do pay something, but you have to pay them first and then you get the money back. So yes, you do need to have a backup or a comfort blanket in the bank. I would suggest that, you know. So if you come into the Philippines, make sure you've got a bit of a comfort blanket in the bank, and then you can work here. You know, you can work for any company that is not based in the Philippines if you're not a resident, or if you aren't retired here with a, what's it, SRRV or something like that. I can't remember what you call that one. But yes, you can still work here and you can still earn a comfortable living without staying till you're 67 in the UK. Because that thought, oh, it was like poison to my mind, staying in the UK till I was 67. It was like poison to my mind, people. I couldn't bear the thought of it. So I took the plunge and I took a chance. I did take a chance. I really did. And it could have gone pear-shaped quite easily. But I kind of had a little bit of a, it wasn't a plan, it was just something that I thought I was going to do. And I did, you know. And I think because I went to work in Japan first and then on to South Korea, it gave me more confidence of staying in Asia. And of course with the Philippines, it's the main advantage here is they speak English, or the majority speak English. Levels of English varies to which part of the Philippines you're living in. I'm in a province here in Zamboanga del Norte, and the English here, many don't speak a lot of English because they didn't go to school. But in the cities and places like that, they speak good English. But I can get by here, and I've actually learned, I'm saying I've learned, I'm not an expert, but I can get by on Visaya. I can understand, I don't know the percentage, but I can understand a lot of it. And I can answer back sometimes, very, very basically, but I can answer back, and they appreciate that. So that's not a problem. If you go to Japan or anywhere like that, you know, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, or anywhere, it's more difficult. And also the signs here are in English. Everything is in English here. So it makes it feel more like home. People are very friendly as well. Yes, there's noise. We've all said about noise in the Philippines, but I don't mind that. I don't mind at all. I'm watching my dog on the steps. My dog is great, you know. He always watches the family, and he's the puppy of the mother which we have, which we adopted. We adopted his mother, and he's a great dog. He always watches us. He's a good little guard dog. Brilliant little thing he is. So yeah, guys, you can do it. Listen, if I did it, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. You know, bite the bullet. And listen, it doesn't matter if you fail. At least you tried. At least you are in that, that sector that can say, well, yeah, I tried, instead of one of these people who always say, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't. At least you did. If you don't make it, then you go back, or you go back with an idea of what you need to do when you do get back here. But listen, waiting for pensions in our own country, it's a killer. It's a killer. And, you know, not me, because I was working in schools, but other people, many people's bodies are broken at 67 years old. If you work on construction sites, if you work in lifting all the time, carrying, the body breaks. So at 67, when you do get your pension, your body's smashed up. It's terrible. Don't wait for that time, guys. Just try and do what I did. Not all of you, but if you want to, if you're thinking about it, if you're sat on the fence, don't be sat on the fence forever. Make a decision either way. But guys, that's how I came to live here. And now we've got a house. You know, we built our own house. It's not finished, but I've got a son, I'm married, and I'm living a good life. I'm happy, I'm contented, and I love it here. The mere thought of going back to England terrifies me. It does. I never want to go back there. Holiday, yes, but not to live, ever. Ever. And that's my transportation, the bike. Our transportation. It's the Kawasaki 200 NS. Good little bike. I've had it for a few years, a couple of years now. It's maybe when I get some more money saved up, not this year, next year, I'll get 4 wheels. But there's no rush for that. So yeah, guys, that's it. Anyway, like I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Just don't keep putting it off. Do it. Every year spent here is a great year compared to spent in England, what I was doing, believe me. So I'm very happy with what I did. Very happy, very contented. And I love this way of life. That's just my little... And of course, we all differently. We're all different. We all have different levels of living. I think if you are prepared to live a simple life, and out of that rat race of the UK kind of life, then you will fit in here gloriously. That's it, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video if you choose. It's not an arm bender, but thank you guys for your support. Take good care always. Happy Saturday. Bye bye.